I was actually just at a museum the other day, just staring at this like massive T-Rex skeleton. And it kind of hit me. For like 165 million years, these incredible creatures, these giants, they ruled the planet. What an amazing world that must have been. But also, how did it all end? Well, in this deep dive, we are going way back to the Mesozoic era, specifically the Age of Dinosaurs. And we're going to be diving into all the fascinating insights from the reign of giants, life in the Age of Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But we're not just going to be focused on the dinosaurs themselves. We really want to understand the how and the why. How did they rise to power? Why did their reign end? And what does it all mean for us today?
It's a really fascinating story, and it just highlights how dynamic life on Earth has been and how resilient it can be, too.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what they say about giant journeys, right? They often start with a single step, or in this case, maybe more like a colossal extinction event. And I'm talking about the Permian extinction, which honestly, it makes the extinction that wiped out the dinosaurs look like a minor blip.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine this, 90% of all life on Earth gone, just like that.
Wow, 90%. It's almost hard to wrap your mind around something that massive. What even happened? How could something like that even occur?
Well, you see, the exact causes are still being debated today, but we are talking about like a perfect storm of events. We had massive volcanic eruptions happening. We had rapid climate change. And there's even some who think that, maybe even an asteroid impact could have been involved. It was truly a devastating event for, life on Earth. But it's important to remember, extinctions, while tragic, they also create opportunities.
Okay, I'm listening. Unpack that a little bit for me. So you're saying that this mass extinction, as terrible as it was, it actually paved the way for the dinosaurs.
Exactly. With so many species wiped out, it created almost a blank canvas for evolution. New ecological niches opened up, new life forms emerged to fill them, and that's where our dinosaurs enter the picture.
So are we saying that without the Permian extinction, dinosaurs, they might never have even had the chance to become dominant?
It's certainly possible, yeah. The Permian extinction, it was like hitting a reset button for life on Earth.
Wow. Talk about a plot twist. All right, so paint a picture for us. We're at about 252 million years ago. What's happening on Earth at this point?
Well, we're entering the Triassic period now. The planet is, it's recovering. And amongst the survivors, you have a group of reptiles that really started to thrive. Now, these weren't the giants that we often picture when we think of dinosaurs, They were actually quite small, some no bigger than, like a dog.
Okay.
But over millions of years, they began to diversify and evolve, adapting to that changing environment.
So it wasn't like dinosaurs just suddenly appeared one day, fully grown and ready to take over. This was a slow burn, millions of years in the making.
Precisely. Evolution is a gradual process. Small changes accumulating over these vast periods. And during the Triassic, these early dinosaurs, they found their footing, which eventually led to the giants we know and love.
So the stage is set, right? We've got the Permian extinction shaking things up, and these early dinosaurs, they're starting to, make their mark. What happens next?
Well, the Triassic, it really sets the stage for an even more spectacular era, the Jurassic period, which began around 201 million years ago. And this is when the dinosaurs really hit their stride. They evolved into those, awe-inspiring behemoths that we picture today.
Okay, you got me. I'm hooked. Now I got to ask about some of the giants. Like, what about Brachiosaurus? The one from Jurassic Park munching on those tall trees.
Classic. Yeah, the Brachiosaurus is a perfect example of how dinosaurs thrived during this time. Those long necks, they allowed them to reach vegetation that other herbivores just couldn't, gave them a big competitive edge.
It's just wild to think about, like them towering over the landscape, like living skyscrapers. But the Jurassic wasn't just a dinosaur party, right?
Absolutely not. Dinosaurs were becoming the dominant land animals, for sure. But other incredible creatures were evolving right alongside them. Like in the air, you had pterosaurs, some with wingspans wider than like a small plane. Imagine looking up and seeing that.
Now, that's something I wish I could see. Talk about air superiority. Okay, but what about the oceans? Were there any giants, lurking in the depth?
Oh, absolutely. The oceans were teeming with life. You had massive marine reptiles like those long-necked plesiosaurs in, of course, the monstrous mosasaurs. Some of these creatures could rival the dinosaurs in size, for sure.
Yeah.
And ferocity, too.
Okay, so it sounds like the Jurassic was a time of just incredible diversity.
Yeah.
Incredible abundance. But, I gotta imagine it wasn't all sunshine and roses for these creatures, even with their size, even with, how dominant they were.
You're right. The Jurassic was a time of dynamic change. Continents were shifting, which caused, volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and these fluctuations in the climate. Even for these giants, survival was a constant challenge.
It makes you think, like, how did they adapt to a world that was changing so much?
Well, that's the beauty of evolution, right? Those dinosaurs that were best suited to that changing environment, whether it was a change in the climate or food sources or predators, those were the ones that were most likely to survive and reproduce, and then, pass on those beneficial traits.
So even amidst all this chaos, there was this sort of order to it, this constant push towards adaptation and survival.
Exactly. This delicate dance between life and the environment. And for millions of years, dinosaurs, they were the masters of that dance.
But like all good things, their reign eventually had to come to an end. And I think we all know what's coming next, that infamous asteroid. But before we get to that, how long were these incredible creatures around?
Well, think about this. From the beginning of the Jurassic to the end of the Cretaceous, dinosaurs ruled the Earth for about 165 million years. To put that into perspective, humans have only been around for a few 100,000.
Wow. That's humbling. They were the dominant life form for an incomprehensibly long time, which I think just makes their sudden disappearance even more dramatic. 165 million years that's an incredible run. Like, it's almost impossible to imagine something, being able to wipe them out. But as you mentioned, their reign, it did end. Around 66 million years ago, something pretty dramatic happened, something that changed life on Earth forever, really.
It did, like you said, a massive asteroid, about 6 miles wide, slammed into Earth near what is now the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico.
Okay, so let's talk about this asteroid impact, because I remember learning about it in school, but it always just seemed so, I don't know, abstract, Like, what were the immediate consequences of something that massive hitting Earth?
Well, try to imagine this. The impact itself would have been equivalent to, like, billions of atomic bombs detonating at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it triggered these massive earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, tsunamis that ravaged coastlines, across the globe.
It's hard to even comprehend the sheer scale of destruction we're talking about.
And that was just the beginning, because the impact also sent trillions of tons of dust and debris up into the atmosphere, which then blocked out the sun, right? And it plunged the planet into this state of, perpetual darkness, really. Scientists call this period the impact winter. Temperatures plummeted, plants died off, and of course the entire food chain. It just collapsed. This wasn't just a bad day for the dinosaurs, it was a global catastrophe.
So the asteroid itself was obviously devastating, but the aftermath, the impact winter, that's what ultimately led to the dinosaurs' extinction.
Exactly. And, scientists have a name for this extinction event too. It's called the Cretaceous Paleogene Extinction Event, or the KPG extinction for short. And it marks it's a pivotal moment in Earth's history, not just for ending the reign of the dinosaurs, but also for paving the way for us.
Hold on, I'm a little lost. How does the extinction of the dinosaurs connect to our existence? I mean, weren't we still millions of years away from even evolving at that point?
You're right, we were. But remember those small mammals that we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
The ones, living in the shadows of the dinosaurs? Well, they were uniquely suited to survive the harsh conditions of the impact winter. They were small, they were adaptable, and many of them were burrowers, which provided some protection from the chaos happening above.
So while the dinosaurs just couldn't adapt fast enough, these small mammals, our ancestors, they were able to weather the storm.
Precisely. The KPG extinction, as devastating as it was, it created a new world, a world ripe with opportunity for those who survived. With the dinosaurs gone, those small mammals had a chance to diversify, to fill those ecological niches that were left vacant, and to evolve into this incredible diversity of mammals that we see today, including, us.
Wow. So it's incredible to think that, this cataclysmic event, the extinction of the dinosaurs, is so intricately linked to our existence. It really makes you appreciate the unexpected turns that evolution can take.
Absolutely. It highlights just how interconnected life on Earth really is. And it reminds us that even in the face of, unimaginable challenges, life finds a way.
It really makes you wonder, if that asteroid hadn't hit all those millions of years ago, would we even be here today? What other paths could evolution have taken?
I mean, that's the beauty of it all, isn't it? The what ifs, the possibilities, they're endless. And that sense of wonder, that drive to understand our place in the grand scheme of things, it's what makes exploring these ancient mysteries so captivating.
That's a really good point. It's a good reminder that our story, the story of humanity, it's just one chapter in this ongoing saga of life on Earth, and that story is filled with incredible beauty, but also heartbreaking loss, with unexpected twists and turns that continue to shape our world today.
Well said. And who knows what other incredible discoveries await us as we continue to dig deeper, as we uncover the secrets that are hidden within Earth's past.
That is what makes this so exciting. There's always more to learn, there's more to explore, and there's definitely more to discover. Well, folks, we've journeyed through millions and millions of years, from the Permian extinction to the rise and fall of the dinosaurs, all the way to the emergence of our own lineage. It's been quite a ride through Earth's ancient past. We hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity and maybe even left you with a sense of wonder about this incredible history of life on our planet. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking those questions, and never ever stop diving deep into the mysteries that surround us.